श्री गौरप्रियमूर्तये श्रीमते भक्तिवल्लभतीर्थगोस्वामी नामिने कृपया क्षमतामपराधिजनं कलुषायुतशक्तसुदीननरं सुपथे परिचालय सर्वदिनं प्रणमामि च माधवदेवपदम् वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरि वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ग्रंथेरारंभे करि मंगलाचरण गुरु वैष्णव भगवान तीनेर स्मरणे होय विघ्न विनाशन अनायासे होय निज वांछित पूरण। Krishna. Today is a very, very auspicious day. Today is the appearance day of Sri Krishna, the absolute reality, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Even though the Lord has no birth, He appears in this material world in order to give pleasure to His devotees. We are going through the prayers of Brahma. Brahmaji is telling that, my dear Lord, even though you are beyond birth, you have no activities to perform, still you appear as the son of Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda only to enhance the loving affection that they have towards you. Also we heard that the Lord's appearance in this material world is more wonderful than the performance of Lord's activities in the eternal Golok Dham. Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives an example of a pearl in a silver plate. Because the silver itself is glittering, nobody will be able to see the glitter of the pearl. But when that pearl is placed in the blue stone, I think sapphire, then one can appreciate the glitter. In a similar manner, when a place is completely illuminated by sun or by artificial light, a small lamp, the glow of that lamp cannot be appreciated or cannot be seen. But when it is fully dark, at that place, when the light is lamped, then one will be able to see the glow of that lamp and will be able to appreciate. In a similar manner, even though the Lord has no purpose to come in this material world, He is performing pastimes in His eternal abode, eternally giving pleasure to all His devotees. Shanta Dasya Sakhya Vatsalya Madhur, whatever mood one belongs to, they are all, completely feeling satisfied, blissful, nourished by various activities of Supreme Lord and various exchanges of different mellows with them. But yet, a Lord's appearance in this material world along with His devotees is much, much more illuminating, or you can say wonderful, because this is a place of darkness, ignorance. And Lord is Purna Sat, Purna Chit, Purna Ananda, eternal, blissful and knowledgeable principle. And similarly, all His associates are. They come to this material world and perform the wonderful activities by which they are attracting the ordinary materialistic people. That you are caught in material relationships as son or husband or wife or, friend, etc. But in the transcendental realm, these relations are there, and all these relations are eternally bliss enhancing. In this material world, the relations are not giving bliss always, they are not giving happiness always. We have a friend, it is not true that friend is always giving us happiness. Sometimes he gives us pain also. At that time we say, oh, why did I make you friend? And that friend is not going to remain eternally, he is going to die one day. That relationship as friend is not going to remain eternally. Similarly, mother-father relationship, they are also not eternal. Mother will go or father will go or I will go. The relation is there, but it is temporary. And it is not true that they are always giving happiness. Husband is not always giving happiness to wife. Wife is always not giving happiness to husband. But in the transcendental realm, these relations are there, but these relations are only enhancing bliss eternally. So, in order to show to the people of this material world that you think that these relations are temporary, yes, these relations are temporary in the material world, but you can have permanent relationship with me, which are always blissful. Goloka is a place where everyone is in happiness, in bliss. It is not a place sometimes they are in misery and sometimes in happiness like material world. No. They are eternally in a blissful state. That is Golok Dham. Every day is a festival there. Netrotsav, Karnotsav, Jihvotsav, Nasikotsav, Tvakotsav. Festival to all the sense organs, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin, etc. That's a place of festival for all the sense organs, for the entire body, for all the limbs. Festival means Ananda, bliss. Isn't it? Festival means bliss. So, in the transcendental realm, it is only bliss. In order to exhibit that, the Lord appears along with His associates in this material world. That you see, you are thinking that there is no permanent happiness possible. You have to get conditioned to whatever happiness is available. No, you don't have to. Here is the transcendental realm. There is permanent happiness here. There are permanent relations here. The relation is permanent. The whom with they have relationship is permanent. And those who have got relation, they are also permanent. Means devotee is permanent, devotion is permanent, and to whom they have devotion, that is the Supreme Lord, is also permanent. So therefore, one can, Brahmaji is telling there, that in order to exhibit to this material world the wonderful pastimes of that Golok Dham and thereby attract the living entities to that abode, you appear in this world. Not only in this world, but you are appearing in various planets in the entire cosmos. You are performing pastimes in order to attract everyone and reclaim everyone back to your eternal abode. That is the purpose. So the Supreme Lord, even though he has no birth, he takes birth. Even though he has no activities to perform, he is performing activities. Na tasya karyam karanam cha vidyate. There is no activity for the Lord to perform. Natasya karyam, there is nothing that is forcing the Lord to anything. Nobody is the cause of Supreme Lord. Nobody is causing the Supreme Lord, or nobody is the cause of Supreme Lord. Natasya karyam karanam cha vidyate. And there is no karya, there is no activity for him also to perform. But yet, he is appearing and he is performing activities. For what purpose? Janma karma chame divyam evam veti tattvata tiktva deham punarjanma naiti. All my activities, including my birth, they are all transcendental. Divyam, they are not material. Evam yo veti tattva, those who know this in truth, in reality, Tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mamiti. They come to me after their death, they will not come to this material world again. Hey Arjun, you have to understand that my activities are not like activities of any materialistic person. Namam karmani limpanti. No karma is binding me. No activities are cause of my bondage. Foolish people, they think as Lord Ramachandra has, shot arrow at Vali by standing by the side of a tree, he had to take birth again as Krishna and had to be killed by a hunter because of this karma. This is the foolish person's interpretation. If the Lord is also bound by karma, what kind of Lord is he? Lord is never bound by any karmic reactions or, karma. He is beyond, he is absolute. He is the judge. He is an autocrat. Therefore, there is no one who is going to award him punishment or anything. He is supreme. And whatever the absolute performs is for the welfare of the living entities or to enhance happiness to the devotees. There is no purpose. Because Abhigya Swarat, he is fully independent, it does not mean that he misutilizes that free will. Oh, I can do anything. No. And Krishna is stealing, that is not a good activity. Krishna is also stealing the clothes of the gopis. What good activity is this? He is dancing with so many women. What good activity is this? He is independent, so he can do anything. Yes, he can do anything. But why is he doing this? He is doing this only to enhance the bliss of those who are surrendered to him. He is not, misutilizing. He is utilizing that intelligence in order to enhance the bliss of his devotees. Therefore, that Purna Brahma, the absolute reality, complete reality, He mercifully descends in this material world. When does the Lord descend? In the month of Bhadra, that is August, mid-August to mid-September, in the month of Bhadra, in the dark fortnight, on the 8th lunar day, when the Rohini nakshatra or star is there, the Lord will appear. So many things are required for the Lord to appear. And so long. Guru Maharaj used to say, Krishna appears always. His pastimes are eternally going on. Lord's appearance is eternal, means at any moment, at any time, the Lord makes his appearance. Where does Lord appear? Oh, we have to go to Mathura to see the Lord. There we will get Lord's darshan. No. The Lord appears in the heart of the devotees. Yatra gayanti mad bhakta tatra tisthami. Wherever my devotees sing my glories, I appear there. He is not telling only in the month of Bhadra, lunar calendar, 8th day, bright dark fortnight. No, no conditions. Yatra gayanti, wherever my devotees sing, that is the moment, that is the place where Lord appears. Lord's appearance is eternal. Most revered Srila Gurudev used to say that today the Lord can appear in the heart of any living entity. On this holy day, a devotee is calling from within, very fervently, very intensely, praying for the Lord. Lord will appear, but we are not able to see. Lord is appearing, but we are not able to see because we have we have no submission, and we don't have the eyes to see Supreme Lord. So, Supreme Lord, the absolute reality, performs activities for the pleasure of his devotees, and the devotees are constantly blissful in the company of the Supreme Lord. Today is the appearance day of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, our supremost object of worship. Our most revered Srila Gurudev, during Param Gurudev, during his discourses on Janmashtami Tithi, he spoke about Paratama Tattva Sri Krishna, Supreme Lord, who is the absolute reality, the supreme absolute reality. He spoke on this topic, so we will hear some words of our Param Gurudev so that we get some, devotion unto the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. Because it is through devotees' words we will be able to, surrender, submit to Supreme Lord. First we have to submit to Sri Guru and follow their instructions. Then the mercy of the Lord will follow. So, most revered Param Gurudev, he spoke about Paratama Tattva Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna, who is the supreme absolute reality. Vadanti tat tattvavidah tattvam yad jnanamadvayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavaniti shabdyate tat arthat atindriya vastur bhav ke tattva bole. So, vadanti tat. What is tat? Our Param Gurudev is explaining atindriya vastur bhav ke tattva. What is tattva? That which is of the object which is beyond material sense organs. That which is beyond material sense organs is called tat. In Sanskrit, tat means that. Idam means this. When do you call that? I have seen that object, or I met that object. When will you say? When that particular object is not in front of you. Third person. This means, oh, I have seen this. This is in front of you. Idam. But tat means that which is beyond our senses. We are not able to see. That is tat. Tattva means that which belongs to tat. Tat means which is beyond our material knowledge. तत्व विद्गण अद्वय ज्ञान अर्थात पूर्ण ज्ञान के तत्व बोलेन. Those who have knowledge of the absolute truth, they call advaya jnana, purna jnana, non-dual substance, absolute reality, complete reality to be tattva. They call tattva means absolute reality. Absolute reality means there is no relativity there. What is relativity? Like in this material world, we have happiness, distress, good and bad. All these things are relative. In this material world, everything is relative. That's why it is called a relative world. What is happiness to me may not necessarily give happiness to you. Whatever is, when I may feel, hot, heat, but for someone, it's not so hot today. I may be feeling heat, but for someone it's not. It is all relative in this material world. This is a relative world. When you say it is sweet, oh, it's not sweeter than mango, means it is always relative. But supreme truth is absolute. Absolute means there is better Lord than him? No, there is no possibility. He is absolute. For now he is okay, but after few days someone else is going to be absolute. No, absolute reality means that which does not change with time. That which does not change with place and circumstances under any conditions, that is called absolute. If it changes, that will become relative. Absolute means that which is beyond all these things. So, Tattva Vidgan, those who are knowers of the truth, they call that Tattva means supreme absolute reality to be Tattva. Advaya Gyan, Brahma Shabda Dwara, Paramatma Shabda Dwara, or Bhagavan Shabda Dwara Katita hon, that Tattva is understood by Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan. Purna Gyan ek, kintu tar trividha pratiti, Brahma pratiti, Paramatma pratiti, or Bhagavat pratiti. Purna Gyan, absolute reality is one. There cannot be several absolute realities, isn't it? If there are several absolute realities, then it is going to be relative again. Oh, he has more powers, therefore he is absolute. Oh, no, there is no scope of any relativity there. Absolute reality means one, without a second. That is absolute. Even though it is absolute reality, he is understood or indicated or signified in three different words: Brahma, Paramatma, Bhagavan. They are not different. Brahman is one absolute reality, Paramatma is another absolute reality, Bhagavan is another absolute. No, there are no three absolute realities. There is only one absolute reality, and that one reality is reflected or indicated in three different words: Brahma, Paramatma and Bhagavan. You are understanding? Brahma Brihad Tvat Brihanatvacha, Brahma Brihat एवं सकल के पालन और वर्धन करें, ब्रह्म बृहत होइते ब्रहत, greatest of the greatest. Brihatvat brihang anatvacha means that which is greater than the greatest is Brahma. The Brahman reality it is absolute reality, only it is one of the reflections of the absolute reality that is greater than the greatest. Brahman is all pervasive, Therefore, it is greater than the greatest. Paramatma anuyor aniyan anu hoiteu anu. And Paramatma means minute than the minutest, atomic than the more atomic thing, minute than the atomic thing. Anayor Anuyan, that is Paramatma. He is present as Paramatma in all the living entities. Bhagavan, Bhaga Shakti, Van Yukta, Shakti, Sarva Shaktiman. And Bhagavan means, Bhaga means Shakti, potency, and Van means Yukta, means he who possesses. He who possesses infinite potencies is called Bhagavan. Means Brahman has one potency, all pervasive potency. Paramatma has one potency, is the minutest potency. Bhagavan has unlimited potencies. He is the master of all potencies. Jate sarvavida aishwarya anutva vibhutva madhyamatva sarvatra yache. In Supreme Lord, there is anutva. The atomic, he can become atomic. Vibhutva, he can become gigantic. Madhyamatva, and at the same time he can remain intermediate also. He is, he can become greatest, he can be intermediate, and he can also become the minutest. For the Lord, there is no, boundaries. Sarva Shaktiman. The Lord, while dancing in the Rasayatra pastimes, suddenly is disappearing. He was there, but he became, invisible for everyone. Where is he? Nobody could see. As Vishwarupa, he has expanded himself into such a huge form that Arjuna had to be awarded special eyes to be able to see him. Therefore, and at the same time, he is also remaining as Madhyatva, as an intermediate. Therefore, in Bhagavan, in the word Bhagavan, all these three principles are there. Anutva, Madhyamatva and Vibhutva, all the three. Bhagavan Shabdir Dwara Paratatver Sarvabhav Prakashit Hoyache. When we say Bhagavan, all the possibilities are included in Bhagavan. The moment you say Bhagavan, everything is included in Bhagavan. That is, he can do something and he cannot do something else. There is no such scope. Kartum, akartum, anyata kartum, samartha, sa Ishvaraha. The Lord is one who can do anything, even impossible is possible there. He is having the capacity to do anything, that is Bhagavan. Absolute is for itself and by itself. Sanatan Dharma Avrambigan, it God na bole, he God bolen, Amra bolbo, absolute is for himself and by himself. So it is the Western philosophers, they say absolute is for itself and by itself. The Western philosophers say. But we are not the followers of it God. We don't call it God. The absolute is personality, He God. Therefore, we say absolute is for Himself and by Himself. Means there is no purpose for the absolute. He is for Himself. Just like we are here, our existence is not for our own self. We have to see what our parents are thinking about us, what our friends are thinking about us. Right from our childhood, we are trained like this, right? Don't do this. If you do like this, what people will talk about you? Don't behave like this. Don't sit like this. Don't sleep like this. Always, your activity is not for, what do you call, yourself. They are for others. If you don't get married, what will people think about you? Baba, I don't want to get married. No, what people will think about you if you don't get married? But Krishna has no such, bondage that he has to do for. He is doing it for himself, that's all. Absolute. If there is something that is, binding me to do a particular thing, I cannot be called as absolute. There is something beyond absolute. Therefore, absolute is for himself. And absolute is also by himself. Means nothing is causing the existence of Supreme Lord. He is by himself. Nobody is creating him or nobody is nourishing him. Or it is because they are there Krishna is able to survive or sustain. No. Like for us, if we don't have friends, if we don't have family, if we don't have house, we cannot sustain. And somebody has caused us, our parents have created us, they gave birth to us. But Supreme Lord Sri Krishna is not like that. So he is, absolute is for himself and by himself. Raso vaisaha rasam hi avyayam labdvanandi bhavati. Taittiriya Upanishad. He is telling Raso vaisaha. He is the master of all rasas, mellows. He is mellow personified, not it. In it there are no mellows. In he there are mellows. He is mellow personified. Mellows personified means just like in Chaitanya Charitamrita there is an example that is given of Mishri. Mishri means sugar candy. If you eat sugar candy from any direction, it is going to be sweet. You cannot say, oh, from this side it is bitter, let me finish this first, I will eat the sweeter part later. No. It is sweet from all directions, sugar candy. Because it is, filled with the rasa of sweet. It is a condensed form of sweet. Therefore, it can only be sweet, nothing else. In a similar manner, Supreme Lord is a condensed form of all mellows, not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 12. We talk about 5 principal rasas and 7 secondary rasas. So he is a personification of 12 rasas. No, infinite rasas. There are infinite rasas possible. Some have been just indicated to us. Whatever we are seeing in the scriptures is just indicative knowledge. Because absolute has to be realized only by his mercy, not by study of scriptures also. It is required to get a direction. It is required to understand the glories, but they are not all in all. There are many glories, many activities or qualities that are present in Supreme Lord Sri Krishna that get revealed as much surrender we, or as much submission we make unto the lotus feet of Supreme Lord. Therefore, Raso Vaisaha, he is personification of all mellows. Rasam hi avyayam ladvanandi bhavati. Those who attain that rasa, labdvanandi bhavati, he will become blissful. Now we are all searching for bliss. We are all searching for happiness. Where is that happiness? Raso vai saha. If you attain that personality who is bliss personified, labdvanandi bhavati, you will immediately get happiness. You will immediately get bliss. Therefore, one has to, if one is actually seeking after happiness, one has to get that absolute happiness. The meaning of absolute happiness is there is no scope of any miseries or troubles there. Like in this material world, we are happy for some time, but there are also miseries. Not also miseries, there are miseries. There are only miseries. There is some happiness in between. Even though we are endeavoring so much to get happiness, we are only getting much more distress and some fleeting happiness, flickering happiness. But here, rasovai saha, if you get that absolute bliss, then there cannot be any scope of unhappiness or misery ever. जिनी रस व आनंद के प्राप्त हन तिनी आनंदी हन। कृष धातु न शब्द युक्त होए कृष्ण शब्द निष्पन्न होइए छे। कृष आकर्षक सत्वावाचक न आनंदवाचक जे सत्ता आनंदमय ताके कृष्ण बोले। सो कृष्ण इज मेड आउट ऑफ टू वर्ड्स, कृष एंड न। कृष मीन्स भूवाचक, मीन्स आकर्षण, attraction, and na means nirvriti. Nirvriti means happiness. He who attracts everyone and gives happiness is Krishna. Now those who are in search for happiness, they will get only at the feet of Krishna, all attractive and all blissful. All attractive means from any direction, if you see, he is attractive. By all his deeds, he is attracting. All blissful means any activity he performs, whatever he does, in his company we will only get bliss. All attractive, all blissful principle is Krishna. The Lord has the name on his qualities. The Lord, his name, qualities, they are all one and the same. There is no difference. The Lord has the name Krishna because he is attracting all and giving bliss to all. Sarvakarshak, Sarva Anandadayak, attracting everyone and giving bliss to everyone. Therefore his name is Krishna. उपनिषदे स शब्देर द्वारा कृष्ण उद्दिष्ट होइया छे। In Upanishads, there is no direct mention of Krishna. Sa, Savevayam, Sa is mentioned here. The meaning of Sa is Krishna. Sa actually means that. But that means Krishna. It's not Brahman. Upanishads don't talk, we think that Upanishads talk about Brahman. Upanishads talk about the Supreme only. Veda Shastra kahe Sambandha Abhideya Prayojan. In the Veda Shastras, in the Upanishads, it is said about Sambandha, Abhideya and Prayojana only. Our relationship with the Lord, the process to attain, and our ultimate goal. Only these are mentioned. What is Sambandha? Krishna is our Sambandha. What is Abhideya? Devotion to Krishna is Abhideya. What is Prayojan? Loving service, Krishna Prem. Loving Krishna Prem is our Prayojan. So where is no Krishna in Sambandha, Abhideya and Prayojan? In Sambandha there is Krishna, in Abhideya there is Krishna, in Prayojan there is Krishna. If Veda Shastras are talking about Sambandha Videya Prayojan, how can they not talk about Krishna? Do you understand the point? It is Krishna everywhere. Sa is indicating Krishna. We are in the scope of material time, unfortunately.
There is no time.
No time. Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita, Aham hi sarva yajnanam bhokta cha prabhureva cha. I am the master of all yajnas, all sacrifices. Sarva yajnanam bhokta cha prabhureva cha. Master, enjoyer. Krishna is telling. আমি নিশ্চিত সর্বযজ্ঞের ভোক্তা এবং আমি কেবল প্রভু. I am the only master. You see, when some yajna is performed, the devatas are fighting for their share. Oh, Indra is thinking he has not performed my yajna, I will not give rain to him. Ganesh is thinking, oh, he did not offer oblations to me on my name, I will give only troubles to this fellow. Isn't it? They are fighting for their share. My name is not chanted in yajna, I did not get share. Krishna is not fighting for the share. Because aham hi sarva yajnanam bhokta, I am the master. You do it or don't do it, I am the enjoyer. If you do it only, then I will get. No. I am the master, I am the enjoyer. I can take away anything. Do you understand? Krishna is not having such insecurity. Oh, these fellows are not offering food to me in yajna. What can I eat? What should I eat? No, he is for himself and he is by himself. Nobody is in the cause of Supreme Lord, cause of his happiness or anything. He is bhokta cha prabhurevacha. He is the master. He is the supreme enjoyer. एकला ईश्वर कृष्ण आर सब भृत्य जारे जैचे नाचाय से तैचे करे नृत्य. There is only one absolute, that is Krishna. Ekala Ishvara Krishna or Sabhriti, everyone else is his servant. As we already heard, absolute cannot be many. Absolute is one, and that is Krishna. Everyone else is his servant. Jar jache kare sei kare nritya. In whatever manner the Lord is making the living entity dance, they are dancing in that way. Means he is controlling everyone. He is the supreme controller and everyone else is controlled by him. Brahmano hi pratishtaham. Our Param Gurudev is giving so many verses to substantiate that how Krishna is supreme absolute reality. There is no one beyond Krishna. ज्ञानी दिगेर चरम प्राप्य निर्विशेष ब्रह्मेरव कारण कृष्ण. I am the cause of Brahman which the Jnanis are seeking for. प्रतिष्ठा शब्दे प्राचुर्य अर्थे जे आनंद रोयेचे तार प्राचुर्य कृष्णेते रोयेचे. प्रतिष्ठा means ब्रह्मणो हि प्रतिष्ठा अहम. What is the meaning of pratishtha? The meaning of pratishtha is prachurya, abundance. Pratishtha means abundance of Brahman, abundance of Ananda, bliss. That is Krishna. Where there is abundance of knowledge, abundance of bliss, that is Krishna. Brahmano hi pratishtha aham. I am abundant, means I am that Brahman. Brahma Tarala Ananda, Krishna Ghanibhuta Ananda Swarup. Brahman is liquefied form of happiness. Krishna is condensed form of happiness. Means condensed form of happiness means more rasa, more bliss. If you take sugarcane juice, you will drink it in 20 seconds. If you put a sugar candy in the mouth, you can suck it for 10 minutes, isn't it? Because there is a lot of rasa in it. Sugarcane juice, simply drink, finish, over. In 2 minutes, happiness finished. Sugar candy, if you keep, more ananda. You may say after 10 minutes it's over. No, Krishna is not material sugar candy. Krishna, Akhila Rasamrita Murti. He is Akhila Rasamrita. Infinite mellows are have taken personification in Krishna. He is a personified form of all mellows. Not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. He has all mellows. Bhagavanir Ananta Swaruper Madhye Krishna Swarup Sarvottam. Among the infinite forms of God, the form of Krishna is supreme. Krishna Samasta Avatarir Karan Avatari. He is the cause of all incarnations. He is the root of all incarnations, the fountainhead of all incarnations. Ete Chamsha Kala Pumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Ridayanti Yuge Yuge. All the expansions and further expansions, means Vishnu, etc., are Swayam Bhagavan. Swayam Bhagavan means absolute reality, supreme enjoyer, the controller of all. Matsya Kurma Ram and Rishinghadi Avatarer Kotha Bole Pore Bolchen Era Keo Krishner Ansho Keo Vakala Krishner Anshansho Krishna Kintu Swayam Bhagavan. After Vedavyasa Muni described about Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Vamana, etc., all these incarnations are spoken about, and then he says all of these are either expansions, plenary expansions, or expansions of those plenary expansions, but Krishna is the supreme. Jar Bhagavatta hoite anner Bhagavatta Swayam Bhagavan Shabder Tahate Satta. By whose name others get that power of being supreme, he is called Supreme Lord. I will repeat. By whose power these partial manifestations are also being called as supreme, that person will be called as supreme or Swayam Bhagavan. The meaning of Swayam Bhagavan is Jar Bhagavatta hoite anner Bhagavatta. From whom this potency of being supreme is coming, he should be called as original God, fountain head of all, that person from whom everything else comes. ई हेतु नंदनंदन श्री कृष्ण के चैतन्य महाप्रभु परम तत्व व सर्वोत्तम आराध्य बोले चैन. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had established Nandanandana Sri Krishna as Paratama Tattva, is the supreme absolute reality. Sarvottam Aradhya is the highest object of worship. Because he is absolute reality, supreme, his worship is also going to be supreme. Yesterday in Hindi we heard, about the importance of worshipping Krishna. No, Bhagavan, right? No, Krishna Aradhana, yes. The importance of or significance of worshipping Krishna. Our Param Gurudev's lecture. There he is telling your worship depends upon whether it is, superior or inferior, it is supreme. It depends on whom you are worshipping. If the object whom you are worshipping is supreme, then your worship will also be supreme. If the object you are worshipping is inferior, then that worship will also be called as inferior. Then if we have to understand what is the significance of Krishna's worship, we have to understand who is Krishna in the first place. Is he an ordinary God? If you want to understand the significance or importance of Krishna's worship, you have to understand that Krishna is not an ordinary person. And then he goes on establishing about Krishna in that particular lecture. I will not read that now because time is up. He establishes how Krishna is supreme. And if Krishna is supreme, what could his worship be? That will also be naturally supreme. Therefore, there is no worship superior to the worship of Krishna. Thus, it is highly significant, as all the living entities are the eternal servants of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. Okay, so today is Janmashtami, very, very auspicious day. As we already heard, Krishna appears anytime, anywhere, to anyone. It is not that he came in Dwapar Yuga and now it is over. Even today, those who are praying from the core of the heart, the Lord will appear in their heart. It is not impossible. Guru Maharaj, during Harikatha, several times he told this, that today the Lord may appear in front of any one of you, depending on your sincerity. It is not that Lord has appeared and is gone. But we may not be able to see him because we don't have the eyes. But the devotees, those who have submitted, they are able to see the Supreme Lord. So today is Janmashtami, very, very auspicious day, and we have to observe this by fasting. Lord appears, we have to feast. What is this? You are telling that Raso Vaisaha, he is all blissful. How we can be blissful by not eating all day? No drinking also. You are telling Raso Vaisaha. By his appearance only he is giving trouble to everyone. But the devotees are preparing their heart for the appearance of the Lord. It is purification of the heart, the mind, the words, the deeds, all these are purified for the Lord to take seat in the throne of the heart. So this is a preparation. And also in a house, when there is a big function, let's say in the house there is a big function, marriage ceremony is there. I have seen in India, I don't know in your country, I have seen in India, the bride or the groom's mother and father, they don't get even time to drink water. They told, please take some water. No, I have to do this. No, I have to do that. Let me do this. They are full of all duties to perform for the groom, for the daughter or for the son. They don't have time to eat or drink. They are telling, if you don't eat or drink, then how can you sit in the yajna, homa, etc. No, I just can't eat anything now because I'm fully for a material thing. Now Krishna is coming, what big festival it is. If we are very relaxedly eating and sleeping, wow, Krishna is coming, I can, wow, very happy, eat and sleep. No, what kind of observance is this? You are not busy for Krishna's appearance. You have to prepare for Krishna's appearance. A very nice moment. In the night Krishna is appearing, make all the preparations for Krishna's appearance. Prepare the heart, prepare the ground, prepare everything for Krishna's appearance. He will appear and then he will make you blissful. Our Dhruva has not eaten for 6 months. Did he die? He did not die. But when he saw Krishna, Hari, instantly blissful he became. So one will not have any remembrance of food if one remembers Krishna, if one has remembrance of Krishna. How much we are remembering food and water is dependent on how much we are forgetful of Krishna. Okay, let us try to remember. But having said that, there may be some medical problems, there may be some physical problems. We also have to see our body, okay, because we have to pull on, not like, stop the engine today. Today is the last day of my life and from tomorrow no need. So let me die. It will be nice if we die immediately, but it will not happen. It will give more trouble to the body. So if we have to be practical enough. Practically we have to see, if we are not able to sustain, just drink some water. Don't try to give trouble to the body. If you are not able to stay with water, eat some fruits. That anukalpa you can take. But remembrance of the Lord is very, very essential. Only by remembrance Lord will appear, not by not eating. Okay. We will meet again tomorrow for Nandotsav. Okay. Festival tomorrow. Tomorrow no fasting, only feasting. Pancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. श्री श्री गुरु गौरांग गांधर्विका गिरिधारी श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन पंचतत्वात्मक श्री गौर हरि की जय। परमाराधितम पतित पावन स्तोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद भक्ति वल्लभ तीर्थ गोस्वामी श्री गुरु महाराज की जय। नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट होम विष्णुपाद परमहंस स्तोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद भक्ति दयित माधव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। जगत गुरु श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री श्री रूपानुग गुरु वर्ग की जय। श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ षड गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि श्री गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। जय श्री श्री कृष्ण जन्म महोत्सव की जय। जय श्री कृष्णाष्टमी तिथि वराह की जय। जय श्री श्री देवकी वसुदेव की जय। श्री नंद महाराज की जय। श्री यशोमती मैया की जय। जय श्री श्री गोकुल धाम की जय। गोकुल धामवासी भक्तवृंद की जय। जय परमारत्तम श्री परम गुरुदेव की जय। समागत हरि कथा श्रवणकारी भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री हरिनाम प्रभु की जय। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि।